Assuming the appearance of an individual that's been abused? Yeah. Assuming the appearance of an abused wife and mother? Yes. hmm The feigned pretended act, usually to mislead or deceive? Yeah. Mhm. Now, since there's no declaration in the public court record of the stipulation and order? Yes. I would say that feigning, this whole idea of being a victim of domestic violence, mhm, is a very serious crime. Mhm. Now, let's say that you assumed the appearance, yeah, that is feigned, false, or deceptive, of being a victim. And then when you found out that I was on unsupervised status, yes, you decided to not admit to the court in approximately October, November, December of 2011, yes, that I have been on supervised probation. Supervised probation is where you go to visit the probation officer. Yes. They schedule times that you have to go and see them. Oh, they have your passport. Yes. And you get to talk about how things are going. Yes. Now, a lot of probation officers, when they realize what supervised and unsupervised is, yes, they realize the importance of you going to those probation officer meetings. Yeah. Because if you don't go, they'll arrest you. Oh. Now, I did go to all my probation officer meetings, yes, and I was on supervised status. Ooch, ooch. Now, since my wife didn't take seriously, yes, what is known as the declaration of the stipulation and order, every document that you issued is fraudulent. Now, if you thought that I was going to be a lot nicer, yes, this year than last year, yeah, no, I'm really not, because somehow I think that somebody thought, yes, that the jurisdiction of Guam was not applicable to the actual petition for dissolution of marriage. Now, as I had mentioned, I didn't see it in the documents that were presented to me after I got out of jail, yes, for the false accusation of violating your fraudulent protection order. Now, as the victim of very violent crimes, yes, of the false accusation of being in Sequim, Washington, yeah, you actually didn't have the right to arrest me, yes, because my wife didn't do what is required of the court, yes, to declare the court in 2011 that she had knowledge of a stipulation and order. That means that all the years that I spent homeless, yes, you are legally liable for every day of my pain and suffering because you wanted to believe the feigned, false, or deceptive, yes, accusations of my wife that she was a victim of domestic violence, yes, and I was her victimizer. Now, criminal law, civil law, yes. A feigned, pretended act, usually to mislead or deceive the court, yes. Now, when we consider the dissolution of marriage, yeah. hmm Declaration. Oh, wait a second here. Oh, look at petition for dissolution, summons. Yeah. hmm All these child support worksheets, sheriff's return of service. Yes. Sheriff's return of service. Oh, she decided that she would continue with this simulation, yes, of being a victim of family violence, child abuse, and assault. And you decided that you would support her in that for the last 8 years, 3 months and 9 days. Well, you can't simulate, yes, being a victim of domestic violence. Yes. Now, somebody said, well, she simulated being a victim of domestic violence. Yeah. When you had me arrested in the Clallam County Jail. Yes. Because of the accusation of being in Sequim, Washington. Yeah. On December 31st of 2015. Yeah. And the individual that did the evaluation, yes, said I was unspecified schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorder. Yeah. Versus unspecified bipolar disorder. Yes. And psychotic features. Yes. And the court said that I was unable to proceed to trial. Yes. Because I had informed the court that my right to due process. Well, now we're going all the way back to 2011, and every court order you issued because of the simulation, yes, of a woman that said she was a victim of domestic violence. But the court record says that she was simulating. Yes. She was deceptive. Yeah. She didn't declare the stipulation in order. Now, I think that really calls into question, yes, when it is that you're going to decide that you're no longer going to believe what is feigned, false, or deceptive. Now, did Heidi simulate what is known as domestic violence on December 31st of 2015 at 7:47 a.m.? Or did somebody else simulate what is known as domestic violence? Did somebody simulate what is known as domestic violence? Yeah. In Jefferson County on June 16th of 2015. Yes. Did somebody else simulate that? Yeah. See, I've noticed that when emailing, yes, on June 10th of 2019, yeah, the chief of police, the sheriff, yes, the chief of police, numerous officers, right, the criminal investigative division of the Army, yes, and a personal friend that happens to be an attorney, yes, that I've been paying the landlord, yeah, and the landlord's been paying the electricity and the heat, yes. Now you can understand how disconcerting it would be if the landlord died, yes. It'd be a huge problem, wouldn't it? Yeah. I personally signed this. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I explained why I haven't changed my address. Oh, But if the landlord were to die, yes, would my deposit that I had a rental contract? Yes. Now let's see here. $150, rental deposit for cleaning or failure to pay. Yes. The rent by the 7th of each month is non-refundable. Ouch. If evicted or rental agreement is voided. Pooh. Now it just so happens, right, that I've been living there, yes, since November 15th of 2018. And since it's her house, yeah, I can't tell her who she can have live there, yes. But when one of the women, yes, decides to call me a bully, if the landlord were to die, yes, 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 $200 towards the first month's rent, yes, on November 15th of 2018, if the landlord died, yes, and somebody wanted to accuse me of domestic violence, yes, because I wanted a remote control, well, then I'd be named in the estate, yes. We'd have to pay the rent in the estate's name, yeah. And then the rental deposit, yes, before eviction would have to be given back to me. Now, I'm in this very vulnerable place, yes, where the police, yes, the sheriffs, the judiciaries, right, the employees of the government have feigned, yes, they have simulated, yes, they've had the assumption of an appearance, yes, that they do enforce the laws when they don't. And then when I inform them, yes, that they're pretending to act as law enforcement, it's as if it does not matter. Now, I could not tell the landlord whom she could have live in her house. But I'll tell you something, little missy. You accuse me of being a bully, yes, or domestic violence, yes. I'm going to get very upset at the sheriff's of Clown County right now. Because if that landlord had died, yes, I'd be in a real pernicious place in life. Do you understand?